Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy. Let's watch the video together, guys. This one's from Orlando, Florida, and this is from a really good body cam channel, POV Patrol. This is an older one of theirs, but man, understand domestic violence situations, guys. If you're dealing with something like that, do seek out help and do separate from the people, okay? Let's watch this one and see what's going on here. Might not be how you think, okay?
You've been sleeping together, obviously.
No, ma'am.
Okay, why is he telling a whole nother story then?
Because he's a liar.
Well, who's the liar? Is it you or him?
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. We're looking at a classic he said, she said situation today, and it escalated from a living room brawl straight into the back of a patrol car. Now, when you call the police to report a crime against yourself, you better make sure your own hands are clean. That's the perfect background for today's story. This is a DV situation, guys. Let's watch the video first. Let's talk about the law second. With that, let's jump in.
Yup. Bitch, and they get my car. This is it. And I got the text message for proof. I've been trying to get my vehicle all day from him. I followed him up here in this car. I followed her. I used her to follow me up here. He chased me down. I had to literally run around in circles trying to jump in my car.
Okay.
And they had weapons, and he ran right into that house. I don't know. I think he's still in there. I think everybody else in the house left, but I think he's still in there.
It is a nice car.
What happened?
He stole my vehicle.
What do you mean he stole the vehicle?
He stole my vehicle.
So,
Parked here and he didn't let you have it?
No, he stole. I followed him up here. I have a tracker on my car. He don't know I have a tracker on my car. So I followed him up here.
Where were
and
you
he
guys
jumped
at?
out the car. We was over there on M2 at Millennium. I followed him up here. I jumped in the car, and he ran into the apartment. Then he came back out. When I tried to jump in my car from this car, he came back out, chased me around.
Was it just a disagreement? Or what happened? What started the whole?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the authority to drive my
we have to
vehicle.
determine.
All right, so understand, let's pause it here for a second. Okay, so this is the very first key question when you have some disagreement between what seems to be or what could be a couple, okay? You have a man and woman here, and a couple could be, I guess any set of people, but man and woman, she's saying that he took my car. Sounds like it could be something domestic, okay? Police have to deal with the situation differently if it's a domestic situation versus if it was something else, some people who did not know each other at all. So that's why he's asking these questions, and that's why I put it up there, who is this person to you? Because if it's a domestic situation, someone has to go to jail if there's been some fighting between the two people, all right?
He stole my car. He jumped in the car, and he stole the car.
So, okay. Have you been in a dating relationship with him?
No. That's why I say he's not my boyfriend. Y'all saying he's my boyfriend, he's not my boyfriend.
Okay, relax.
Okay.
I need to ask a couple of questions so I can know how to categorize this, okay? Because sometimes it's a failure to return, sometimes it's a stolen vehicle,
I never
sometimes...
gave him, no, he stole the vehicle, and I have the messages. My neighbor's a witness because my neighbor also was on the phone with him. I gave the neighbor his number. My neighbor was also on the phone with him trying to get him to return the vehicle. I told the neighbor I was going to call the police.
All right, so notice that the officer's trying to catch all of this. She has a notepad out. She's just on the first line of the notepad. She's going too fast for the officer to understand. I understand that when you're dealing with the police sometime, and if you called them out, you may be overly excited because of whatever happened. All right? The calmer you can be, the better it can be for the police who are going to take down your situation. Also, even for us watching the camera, okay, she's going 100 miles an hour, telling the whole story as fast as possible, okay? All right, slow down. Let your side get completely out. Let the police think about it. Let them go talk to the other side. Then let them decide what they're about to do, okay?
And she said, don't call the police. He's had the vehicle since I don't even know how long.
So, how long haven't you had your vehicle?
Since this morning.
This morning, okay.
I also have his home address. But
Does he have keys to the car?
3:32 now.
How did he get in the car? Do you know?
He stole the keys and put them in his pocket. He ran to the car and he jumped in the car.
Okay, stop right there. How did he steal the keys? Like, how was he? Was he with you? Was he in a house with you? Like, did he steal them out of your pocket? Did he push you down?
He fought me and grabbed the keys out of my hand. He also
you had an argument this morning?
Yeah, he grabbed my phone. Yeah, he grabbed my phone.
What time was this about?
I could check.
Okay.
You ever let him use the car?
No. I have all the messages telling him return.
All right, so with that one, what I'm asking is simply, okay, I don't argue with people I don't know, all right? Seriously, I don't argue with people I don't know. I have no need to. So obviously you have some sort of relationship with the person if you got into an argument, or at least that's what you have told us so far, all right? So that does make it seem like you all have some kind of relationship, all right? So understand when we're talking about these domestic violence situation, it's not only for people who are in a dating situation. That's one side of it. The other side of people are roommates or family or household members. All right, that's the other side of this thing, okay? So there's separate things that still going in the same direction when you're talking about these domestic relations situations, okay?
In my car.
Okay.
It probably was about, I'm not even sure.
If you were to guess.
If I were to guess, 11, maybe like 11 this morning.
11, okay.
How do you know this guy?
It's just about
We
4
talked,
hours.
like,
Just casual.
yeah.
Did he say anything specific? Like, I'm gonna take your.
Now, once again, okay, for all the younger people out there, that's who I'm talking to now, because I'm sure everyone my age and older definitely understands that when someone says you're talking to someone, you're dating, okay? That's what they mean, all right? You're intimate with that person. You're on the phone with that person all the time, even if you haven't started with all the bedroom activities, okay? You're intimate with that person. That's going to be a dating relationship, okay? Someone that you're pillow talking with, they have all the confidences with you and you're telling them all the secrets. Yes, that's still going to be intimate. With her, we're back and forth. They're sneaky links or whatever. That's dating. Come on, guys.
Car? What was the deal? Like, why would he just take your car?
He took my phone and the keys. And he stole the keys. We were fighting. He took the phone. He took the keys.
Right,
That's
we're
it.
just
He
trying to
threw the phone.
understand.
He threw the phone. I had to have my neighbor drive me to go look for the phone. He tried to throw the phone in the lake. I was able to retrieve my phone. This was earlier this morning. And I told him it's a track on the car. He needed to return my car. He never came back with the car. So I ended up calling her and we followed. She came up here and I seen him. So he parked the car on the other side. So we were running around. There's probably witnesses out there. We was running around trying to get in my car, and he kept trying to chase me down. He also had another male in the vehicle that he went and picked up.
What's he look like? You got a picture of him?
The dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture of him. Yeah, he went and picked up another male in my vehicle. This is him right here. This is when he was chasing me. I think that's the weapon in his hand.
What's the weapon?
Oh.
Let's do something.
But he used it to hit my car. You can see the dent on the side.
Let me see.
Yeah. And they all just jump in the car and they left. They found all the drugs in the car. Right here.
So what did he hit that with?
I'm not sure. Whatever was in his hand.
Something that was in his hand. So he was taking it to see if he could look through it, I guess?
I don't know.
Okay. And so when he took your phone, he took your keys as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he left.
And he went straight to your car and took off?
Yeah, I actually didn't see him even jump in the car because I went looking for my phone. So by the time I came back up, the car was gone.
Because he threw the phone.
Exactly. So I used my neighbor's phone to call, and my neighbor's a witness. So I used my neighbor's phone to call.
Who'd you call?
Him. Off my
You were
neighbor's phone.
calling him off the phone.
Exactly.
Okay. And did he answer?
Yeah, and he helped me locate the phone, and then I kept telling him bring my car, and he would not bring the car.
Okay.
I kept telling him give my car back. I'm gonna call the police, and he would not give me the car back.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to follow your story.
He didn't have permission to get my car on my phone. He stole both, and he jumped in the vehicle. I didn't see him even leave. I just have a tracker on the car, so by the time I looked, I seen him, and I followed him up here.
So when this originally happened, when he stole your car, how you didn't call the police at first?
No, because my neighbor convinced me not to because he's out on bond. So my neighbor was like, don't call
Got it.
or whatever. So
Okay.
I listened to her, but then after a while, I'm like, damn, you really got my car. Like, you really not come back with this damn car. So I ended up following him up here, and then that's when he checked me down, would not let me get in the car.
Did he hit you at all?
He hit my car.
Did he hit you at all?
All right, so now on my second time watching, I'm wondering, is this the neighbor right here, or is this someone else who helped her out here? I think it might be her she keeps talking about, but let's see if she's going to be willing to talk to the police.
My car.
Just your car.
He almost bust my own thing, too.
Yeah.
They literally all just, I wish I got the other tag number. I got one of the tag numbers, but I didn't get the other one because they backed in. This is one of them. I don't know if you can see 130 maybe.
Let me see.
I don't know. That's one of the cars. It was a black car, right?
It was
a gray, like a gray Honda Accord. You didn't get the tag?
No, I think the Honda Accord was like navy blue.
Navy blue. Do you know who's supposed to have that car? Whose car that was?
I'm not sure.
Or was that like one of his friends or something like that?
Yeah. Do you remember which one he jumped in? You know he ain't had no shirt on.
Okay.
No, I think he's still in the house. I don't think he left. I think they all used that as a decoy to make it seem like he left, but I think he's in the house.
Well, they went to go check if they're there.
They're not like that. He's not in the hospital.
So technically, the car's back, so I can't report it as stolen because it's.
You don't have to report it as stolen,
No,
but I
just want to tell you that.
It's okay because you guys were taking a long time. I literally had to fight for my car just now.
Okay, we're really busy today, so I apologize for
I
the lack of response. Honestly, we've been all over the city since 5:30 this morning. Honestly, so.
All right, so remember this part. She's saying she had to fight to get this car back. All right, she hasn't talked about any sort of injuries on herself.
I don't know what's with today, but it's been a really busy Wednesday.
It's just Wednesday. It's crazy.
Did you want to make a report about that?
That's not right. I just literally had to get my own car back.
Okay.
Then it's up now.
I gotcha.
I didn't give him permission to sit there, ride around, pick up his phone, and do all that. Oh, not my mom.
What do you want? You want him to be arrested?
Yeah.
You're saying that he was 85 yesterday?
By her?
Yeah.
He didn't make a report though.
No, he just came out of the hospital.
Oh. So did you guys get into a fight yesterday too?
I just told you he was fighting me for my phone, and so he probably fell and hurt himself.
Yesterday or today?
I don't know. It was today. I wasn't even around him yesterday.
You guys fight yesterday?
No, I was not around him yesterday.
Okay.
I literally was not around him at all yesterday.
Not around him at all yesterday.
Vandalized my car.
Did this happen here, like the stuff, or at your apartment?
It happened at my apartment. He stole the car from my apartment and drove out. I just told you I followed him in.
Okay.
I
I just pulled up.
It's okay. That's why it's been taking so long because I had to wait on somebody to come bring me up here.
And this is
By the time he came out, I don't have a picture of him jumping out the car. He jumped out with somebody else. Another next to look at the post.
Okay. You got your ID on you?
Huh?
You got your ID so I could.
What's up, boss man? Can we talk to you for a second?
Officer 353,
We got it.
I'm talking to them right now.
We're trying to square it away.
Yeah, I'm with them right now. All right, appreciate it. What's going on, man? Bro, first, it started in the morning. First, we woke up. She went through my phone, you know. She seen another female
Woke
on
up.
my phone. She was going crazy. You know how that shit goes. She going crazy.
Y'all dating?
So we was dating. So we was back and forth, you know. I broke her little bed. I didn't break her bed. I fell on her bed and the headboard broke.
Okay.
You know. Then I had grabbed her phone. She wanted her phone, but I didn't get her phone until everything, you know, escalated down. You know.
I got you.
Boom. So I'm trying to give her her phone. She hit me across the head with a vase. I had to get stitches.
Oh, that was
So I didn't call you guys though. I kept it like, you know, I'm gonna keep it clear. I'm gonna keep
Can I
it between.
see the paperwork?
Yeah, it's the paperwork. It just happened. Like literally, I just left the hospital. Literally, but I'm trying to keep it clear.
Where
Like,
did this happen at?
where this happened? What?
Where she hit you with the
Where she hit me at her house. Right there on
Where?
Conroy.
She said it was the M2?
Right there by the mall. Yeah. So boom. I ain't call you guys because I'm just chilling. You feel me? I'm gonna take it like a man. You know. We always go through this, and we
Can I see?
We always go through this and we be back together the next day, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no point in me just calling you guys because this shit won't happen. We're gonna be together again tomorrow, you know?
Hey, you want to go with Tiff?
We're gonna be together tomorrow.
All right. So you heard everything he had to say. Just from what you heard, he gonna talk some more. She gonna talk some more. She's saying they don't date. He's saying they on again, off again. They fight all the time. And they gonna be back together tomorrow. Who are you going to believe right now? Do you believe that they're not dating, they are dating, or they're in some sort of hybrid, but it is some kind of relationship back and forth? Okay, I would say it's some kind of relationship. All right. Also, she's not injured. He's obviously injured if he just came back from the hospital getting stitches.
Might be DVT.
So boom, I ain't say nothing. I ain't call you guys. Bro, I went to the hospital and I just came back, got stitches and stuff.
Okay.
So I told her meet me over here because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be in a car with you and shit escalate. Then we have to, you know, we end up crashing. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. We in the car together.
She was in the car with you?
It's time for y'all both to
She was in the car
separate.
with you?
When what?
What you talking about?
No, I had left the hospital and I told her meet me here. because I don't want to come.
She let you use her car at that time?
Yes, I had her car this time. I had to leave because I was the shirt in the house, but my shirt was bloody, everything. I had to
So
throw
y'all had an
it away.
argument. She hit you in the head with the vase.
With a
and
vase.
You left in her car.
Yeah, I just left with her car. I didn't. She told me I stole her car. I had to go. I had to leave. My fucking air was leaking. It was leaking on the floor.
She's let you use it before?
Yeah, she let me use it before.
Oh, as a matter of fact, guys, I was wondering what this blue thing is. And that's actually a hospital robe he has in his hand there, guys.
That's not the first time, bro. I done dropped her off and came here and waited
It's-
for her
yeah,
to call me. Wait for her to call me to tell me come get her.
We're understanding.
She talking about I stole her car. How I steal your car?
How long have you guys been dating?
For like 3 years now.
3 years?
But how did I steal your car though? Like
Not
I had
dating.
to go for help. I ain't want to call the police. I ain't want to call the ER. So I went straight to the ER. You know.
Okay.
Then
All right, so let's pause one more time. I'm going to let it play, guys. But seriously, okay, when someone calls the police and they say one thing and it ends up being something else. Now, if you're a police officer on the scene, doesn't that change your full view of who do I believe here? All right. Now, still, it doesn't put everything in place, but okay, things are not as one person was trying to make it seem. All right. The police are going to operate on two different levels. We had another case before where we had the woman who wouldn't leave the boyfriend's house, okay? And the police got called, just a bunch of foolishness. But the police don't know what they're responding to. If you tell them someone that you don't know took your keys, they're going to respond differently than my boyfriend took my keys and won't bring my car back. That's two different things.
I'm in the ER the whole time. She blowing me up, talking about the police finna come get you. You just hit me with a vase. Why do the police gotta come to me if you just hit me with a vase? Like, let's be real. Okay. I ain't go police on you. I'm chilling. I'm taking it like a man.
Who'd you pick up?
What did I pick up? I picked up my own boy, so he could see that evidence, you know. But he left. He just left.
You
He
didn't
just went on.
take any video of it or anything?
Video?
Yeah.
Video of what?
Of the whole thing that happened.
No, I ain't taking video. But you can call the hospital people. I just left. Like literally, I left like an hour ago.
You guys can't do nothing because I got the vehicle there.
But we can't. It's not stolen. It might have been stolen during that whole little debauchery. But what he's saying is that you have given him permission in the
No,
past.
I haven't though. I'm telling you guys,
To-
I've never given him. He's never, ever driven my car.
Ever.
No, he's never driven my car.
Okay.
He's never driven the car.
Okay. So I'm just saying what he's saying. He's saying he
Okay,
has
well,
driven
he
the
stole.
car.
He stole. We literally fought. He stole my phone, and I have my neighbors as a witness.
Okay. So what?
And he still damaged my vehicle, so something got to give.
I understand.
Get the hell on my car back there.
Yeah. So, yeah, how long you have been seeing him?
Not long.
Like 3 years? Be honest. Listen, I already got the scoop, so you might as well be honest with me.
No, I don't think it's been 3 years. We don't date, but we're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
But if you've been like sleeping together, it's considered a dating violence thing.
Exactly.
So
He lived right
you've been
here.
sleeping together, obviously.
No, man.
Okay, why is he telling a whole nother story then?
Because he's a liar.
Well, who's the liar? Is it you or him?
Maybe
I'm
we don't
asking.
We sleep together occasionally,
Yeah.
like when you're just seeing someone casually, but we don't. It's not like we live together.
I didn't ask if you.
Okay, so seeing someone, I'm not up on all this, some of this relationship talk. Seeing someone casually meant something different, but I'm older than both of these people, okay, by at least 10 years, at least, maybe 15 years or so. So when we said you're dating somebody casually, that means you're seeing a person. That's kind of your person, all right? Y'all exclusive or whatever. Now, she's saying that no, I don't know, guys. All right, maybe it's not even worth going into. The female officer is now seeing it more as the male officer is seeing it right now. It looks and sounds more like you are in a relationship versus not being in a relationship. And somebody's telling a lie here. But he does have medical paperwork. So if we're balancing a beam here and we're just putting things on each side, all right, things are starting to tilt in his favor because, look, he did go to the hospital for something. So somebody's lying.
Live together.
Okay,
I just
we
asked
don't.
how long have you been.
Maybe
When's the
we
last
have
time
to-
you were intimate with him?
I wouldn't even remember. It wasn't recent.
Like
Probably.
a week?
Probably. Yeah, I don't.
You said a couple weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple weeks is not recent. That's just 14 days.
Hey, who is he?
Yeah?
They live together.
She's lying to me.
They live together. This.
together. He don't have, y'all can come to my apartment. He don't have nothing that belongs to him in my apartment.
How long has he been staying there, though?
He don't stay there, man.
How long has he been? Has he been staying there for a couple of weeks?
No, we have not. If you come to my apartment, he doesn't have nothing. He probably has the shirt that he had on when he left, because he's literally shirtless.
How long y'all been
But he
together?
don't have. We've been on and off. She said about 3 years, maybe.
Who said? You say?
She said that's what he said. I don't know.
Well, I'm asking you, how long have y'all been together?
I'm not sure, sir. Probably like a year and a half, 2, on and off.
So it's on and off relationship?
It's not a relationship.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
Yeah,
It's just
one of
casual. Sometimes we leave out once every other week or something. It's not like we. No,
You guys don't hang out?
no.
Did you slip over yesterday?
Last night,
You let him borrow the car.
I did not let him. So you think I'm a
Can
call
you let me
police?
ask you a question before I interrupt you?
I didn't let him borrow nothing.
Okay, let me ask you a question. During the course of you guys on and off, have you ever let him borrow the car before?
No, sir.
Pick you up, take you somewhere,
No,
drop
sir.
you off?
No, sir. I just got this vehicle 30 like a month ago. He's never driven my car ever. This is the first time that he's been in my car. That's because he took the keys. He's never driven my car nothing.
Okay. Has he driven your other vehicle?
No, man.
Okay.
I don't know what he out there telling y'all, but he's never. I have messages right here of me telling him, bring my car back. I'm gonna call the police.
Right.
It's not nothing. I'm not gonna lie about that. The messages right
No, I
there.
bel-
I said the police on the way. He said he's gonna have his sister beat me up. I'm literally telling him, where's my car? Literally, I said, bruh, bring my car. How long? Should have made a report. How long?
So let me ask you this.
I said you going
how
to
did you
jail.
get the keys?
I was trying to follow him to his other location. It showed another location. I said, bruh, if you leave that parking lot, you're going to jail. Because I
How
was
did you
trying
get
to go
the
over
keys
there.
to your car?
Because we was fighting. And he snatched the keys
He
and my
snatched the
phone.
keys.
I just told you. He threw my phone. He didn't throw the keys. I thought he threw the keys too. When I went to go look for them, he had left. When I went back, the car was gone.
Why were you guys arguing?
Yeah, well,
Somebody called my phone.
Somebody called your phone?
Yes.
Why would you be upset if somebody called your phone if you guys were just...
That's you want to that. I don't know.
Did you look through his phone?
No.
Never?
No.
Yeah, they're
I don't
very
even know
hard
the
to deal
passcode
with.
to his phone.
All right, so remember, he was saying earlier that it was because she saw something on his phone. She's saying it's because someone called her phone. A phone dispute, either way, between someone, and it all called him taking her car, throwing her phone, she hitting him with something, and him getting injured across his ear. It's just all foolishness in the end, okay? So, obviously, all right, these two are dealing with each other to enough to where they're jealous of someone calling the other person.
somebody called your phone and y'all started arguing?
Yes, because he wanted to know who called my phone. I don't know what he out there telling y'all, but like I said, he stole a car and I literally just got the car back. I was literally running around there. I have pictures where he was chasing
Oh
me.
no, I believe you that happened. I'm not
I
denying
have all the
that.
messages and I
But it's
said,
also it's back right now, so I can't
So
report it
what-
as stolen
what
if
is
it's
this whole
back right now.
chasing thing? 'Cause
Okay, so you can't get him for hitting my vehicle. I just told you I have a picture and everything of him.
what was this whole chasing
For
thing?
doing that, yeah.
He
That's
pulled up
another
over
story.
there. He pulled up on the other side. Like I said, I had her follow me. I tried to, every time I tried to get in my vehicle, he chased me. He had somebody else in the car with him as well. Every time I tried to get in the vehicle, he was chasing me with whatever was
Like
in his
he was
car.
driving off? Or what?
Yeah, driving off, chasing me, get out and run after me. Every time I come and try to jump in the car. That's a stolen vehicle. You think somebody that you let borrow your car is going to do all that when you try to get it back?
You'd be surprised, but I understand where you're
If it's
coming from.
borrowed and he's at his location, why would he do all that?
I'm
And
not.
keep my vehicle and do all that.
I understand. Per statute, this is no longer stolen though, so it's back right now. So it's no longer. I can't
Damn,
report it
it's
as
bad because
stolen.
he
So the charge that they would be looking at if they were going to do for damage to someone's property, that's called criminal mischief, okay? Now, before they get there, now they have some facts that are a little bit different, okay? Yeah, it might have been damage, but there's something they can check on is that guy going to the hospital. They can go back and interview the doctors and say, what do you think caused this? Is it likely this was caused by whatever? And they could probably say, yeah, it could have happened that way. All right. And that's more likely to be something that's going to be charged versus that criminal mischief, that dent to the car. Okay. But both things are they're two separate things. Okay. But that criminal mischief is going to be definitely a misdemeanor versus that ear situation. That potentially could be a felony very easily. Okay.
When I told him the police was coming, when he heard me on the phone with you guys, he literally jumped out and ran into the apartment.
Okay.
Literally, that's what happened. When I told him I'm on the phone with them, I said I'm on the phone with the police. That's when he jumped out and ran. So the whole time I was on the phone with you guys, it was stolen regardless.
So this whole thing started where you live at, where you stay at.
Yes.
And then ended up here.
Yes.
And he's got people here that he stay with?
I guess so, yeah. And they all left when I told them the police on the way, everybody skedaddled. That's what happened.
What happened to here?
I just told you he was trying to fight me. He probably slipped and fell on something. If you see my house is trash. She literally was fighting me all up into the house. I would have made a report at the house, but I wanted to get my vehicle back because he's known for doing all kind of crazy stuff. So I wanted my car.
So fighting you all up and through the house, but yet he is injured and you're not. I don't understand that, okay?
You didn't hit him at all with anything?
No, why would I hit him?
So these are questions I have to ask because you two are telling opposite stories.
Sorry, 'cause I'm really upset.
I understand that, and I apologize that you are.
Fight me. I didn't even know something was
Right, so you two are telling literally the polar opposite stories. Okay, he's telling one thing, you're saying another. So it's my job now to figure out who's telling the truth.
Why he didn't call the police?
He went to the hospital.
Okay, what did he tell the people at the hospital?
He said he wasn't gonna call the police.
Okay, I'm gonna call the police by my vehicle. If I hit him in the ear, that was his rightful duty to call the police if that's what happened.
Right.
Now he's coming and
You're
telling
here
you guys
talking.
this, and you're just going
I wouldn't even say that. This is the time when it's best to, hey, you hear what the situation is turning into. You should become like this. Mom is the word. She should be picking up on, hey, look, everything is really shifting out of my favor. Maybe I need to stop talking. Just stop talking and see where everything is going. Because right now the police are trying to decide who they're going to arrest. They're not just going to go and arrest him like maybe she thought was going to happen. All right, we don't know what really happened there at the house that morning, whether some woman was calling his phone or some guy was calling her phone. But these two did fall out, okay? And somebody wants somebody else to go to jail, and the other person, we don't know. But all right, let's keep listening.
If that had happened, I'm sure he would have called the
We're
police.
just trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm the one making the report about my vehicle that I just
Right,
had to-
and now, right. And now there's two separate reports going on here. So that's what we're investigating.
Okay, well I didn't hit him, so I don't care. I don't know what to tell you guys, but if that's what you're gonna take from him, that's cool. But he the one that just fought me from my phone, do all that. He probably fell and hit himself, literally. Because when I said we was fighting about the phone, he threw my phone. I thought he threw the keys. I went to go look for the phone, and when I came back, the car was gone. And like I said, I have my neighbor as a witness. So
Is your neighbor able to come here?
I don't know, sir. Like I said, by the time he threw the phone, I went out there, ran out there to go look for the phone.
So
When I
if we
came
go
back.
to your apartment, we ain't gonna see no broken vase.
No, you're not. We can go right now. I'm not lying about nothing. We can go right now. If y'all want to follow me to the apartment, y'all can see everything he brought. There's no broken vase. There's nothing.
There's supposedly a vase that got thrown at him.
Let's go.
Cut his ear.
Okay, so if we go to my apartment and there's no broken vase, nothing like that, or nothing in the child, nothing, you guys need to take him to jail for stealing my car. Like I said, because there's nothing. I didn't hit him. I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
I don't have no reason to do all that.
Alright. You want to step out the car for me?
I'm gonna go to jail.
Mr. Barbie. Turn around.
I didn't hit him though.
Just turn around. Relax.
But I didn't hit him though.
Okay.
I didn't hit him or nothing, man. He probably fell, but I didn't hit him or nothing.
Listen, his wounds are consistent with everything he told me and nothing of
He
what
probably
you said.
felt we were fighting.
Relax.
But we were.
All right, so understand during that 25 minutes, probably this first officer now they probably swapped places and everybody's making sure they all have the same story. All right, she went and asked him some questions, and now she could, because I think she's going to be considered probably the primary officer here, because I think this is the one that sort of arrived on the scene and started everything. All these others sort of came along as maybe some auxiliary and some help.
Fighting, man.
Just go inside, man.
You great enough.
Relax your hands. Let me make sure these aren't tight on you, okay?
You a green enough bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I did not hit you.
Stop walking.
Oh, you're a liar.
Are you in charge or am I?
I'm sorry, but I did not hit that man.
Okay.
I didn't hit him with nothing. We
You
were
could-
fighting.
listen.
But she gonna have to, but I didn't even hit him with nothing. Okay. So how y'all taking me to jail? Y'all don't even have no proof. I didn't hit him.
Okay. His injuries are
He probably
consistent with that.
fell though.
That's
if
fine.
You see my
You can-
apartment, how bad
you
we
can-
were fighting. He probably hit himself.
Okay.
And he
Oh,
probably
bad
said
they
that
were
to me
fighting?
because
That's
I
crazy.
literally called him and said, "Bro, you stole my car. You're going to jail for stealing my car." Wow, that's crazy.
I gotta adjust these. Your wrists are way too small.
Caller has a client that has been experiencing homelessness.
They're in the center console.
All right, guys. So don't think that you can use the police as your own weapon sometime. And don't, hey, call the police when you need the police. Notice that her friend also didn't give any sort of report to these police that we saw, at least. Maybe she talked to them. Maybe she said, I don't know nothing about that. I wasn't there. Okay. But obviously she didn't give enough information to keep her from being arrested.
Do you have anything you want to bring with you? Your phone or anything? Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. Relax.
You grab the phone?
But how y'all gonna take me to drive? Didn't even hit me here. I called her because he stole my car. That's so up, bro. And you could literally ask my neighbor. I never hit him. He told my neighbor. Can I call my neighbor so y'all can see? Come on. He told my neighbor he fell. Then he texted me that.
Y'all need to split up and...
Yes,
But he told my.
that's
Can I
true.
call my neighbor at least so y'all
Yeah.
can see?
Not right now. No.
Because he called my neighbor and literally said with the neighbor, my ear split. Because we were fighting. I fell. Or whatever the hell happened to him. He literally talked to my neighbor and said that.
Like move this
That's
napkin.
so fucking. Yeah,
Watch
I
your
didn't
foot.
do shit to him. I ain't do nothing to him though.
You want the windows cracked?
But him, I didn't hit him.
Do you want the windows cracked?
Ma'am, I never hit him. We could go to my house right now.
crack
It's
the
no
windows for
broken
you.
nothing.
Okay.
She's now facing a charge of aggravated assault. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
All right. So once again, I think that was a good one, guys. What do you guys think about that one? There's only a couple of laws we're going to talk about today. I definitely want you all to understand the domestic violence situation. So we're going to talk about that toward the end. But first of all, as we all understand, you got to talk about that battery there, okay? But before that, let's talk about what brought the police out. You got that? Well, too fast. Come on back just a little bit.
Aggravated assault. All
right.
parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
POV Patrol, good job on that one, guys. All right, but first of all, the Grand Theft Auto, okay? Let's get that law pulled up for us. It's going to be found at 812.014. We do have all these laws available right now in the drive. Let's make sure you all can see the drive. All right. And where is that one? All right, so you see it just goes under theft here. But remember, with the theft laws there in Florida, they're delineated by the value of the property that's stolen. That determines whether it's going to be a felony, whether it's going to be a misdemeanor. With a car, obviously, most cars are going to be more than the $750 is going to be required. So they're going to automatically fall into at least the felony range, okay? All right, but a person commits a theft if he or she knowingly obtains or uses or endeavors to obtain or to use the property of another with intent to either temporarily or permanently deprive the other person of the right to the property and the benefit from the property. All right, you take somebody's car, they can't use the car while it's taken, right? Of course. All right, let's look at what the different levels are. Okay, so once again, this is going to be like the high felony range. We're going to talk about 20,000 to 100,000. All right, that's going to be a first degree felony. You know, actually, if the car had been stolen and it remained stolen until the police came and got it back, all right, yeah, that car is more than 20,000 easily. So yeah, that would have been easily that first degree felony. So when I think about it, okay. But as you see, it goes down, depending on how much we're talking about here. First degree felonies in Florida, I think they carry up to 30 years in prison. And is a fine 30,000 on that one? I'll look at it. I'll look it up and I'll make sure you all have it too. It's going to be right here. Which one talks about the fine? think it's going to be this one. First degree. General penalties. 82. Life. You got, where's first degree? All right, first degree. Not exceeding 30 years. Okay. By a prison term of years not exceeding life imprisonment. Okay, so first degree can be 30 to life there in Florida, okay? So keep that in mind. Very, very, very serious. Now, come on, man. That's ridiculous. Anybody that you might have liked at one point in time, try to put the first degree felony on them is crazy. All right, but anyways, look at the elements. We had those here just so you can kind of see them. All right, because these two have a 3-year on and off relationship, guys. All right, proving intent to steal. It's going to be kind of hard, okay? Because think about it. If anybody out there, even if you've been married for years, when you dated your significant other, you probably let them use your vehicle before, or you probably use theirs. All right. Permissive use history transforms a theft into a civil dispute. Okay. So that's just where you need to sue somebody about, hey, you converted my vehicle for a while, or you committed some larceny against me. All right. But I did get my stuff back. All right. So it's not going to be a criminal action at that point in time because these people know each other, okay? That's why sometimes it's hard when you have certain family disputes, when you have family members saying someone stole something from them, when they both have sort of equal rights to that same property, okay? You have to start looking at those sort of issues to determine whether you really do have a crime here or if it needs to be handled in civil court. And we'll talk about the difference between civil and criminal here in just a little bit, okay? All right, let's go on to the next one. Aggravated assault. Yeah. All right, I got a broken vase here. We never did find out whether it was a vase or something else in the house that she could have thrown at him and hit him in the head with. All right. He didn't come off as someone who would lie if he says, I didn't call police on her, and she's the one that hit me in the head with a vase. And most of the time, people wouldn't even use the term vase or vase or whatever your term is going to be for this thing you hold flowers in, okay? So that's a weird term to just bring up that, hey, look, she hit me in the head with a vase. All right, but anyways, deadly weapon, all right? Yes, when you pick up an object intending to harm someone with it, a vase could be considered a deadly weapon, guys. All right, but let's look at 784.021, okay? Let me pull that one for you right quick. All right, aggravated assault. All right, is an assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill or with an intent to commit a felony. A person who commits aggravated assault commits a felony in the 3rd degree, and that's punishable by up to 5 years in prison, 5 years of probation, maybe, if you haven't had anything else on record. Fine of up to $5,000, okay? And that's what each of these three are talking about. Prison time, fine, potential parole. All right, fear is a big element for assault crimes, okay? You have to be in fear of some harm happening to you or fear that someone's going to actually take you all the way out, okay? All right, domestic violence. This is an important one, guys. I want you all to see this one. All right, this is found at 741.28. Come back and take a look at this one, okay, guys? Because these laws are very similar. Every state in the union, I mean, all 50. And even if you go to Puerto Rico, Guam, any of these other places, okay? If it's under U.S. authority, they're going to have something very similar to this, talking about domestic violence, okay? All right, domestic violence defined. Okay, this first one is going to define it. And this is sort of really I think the very sort of beginning of where this starts. It actually goes further than this, okay? We have a couple of laws here to look at. But first, what is domestic violence? It means any assault, aggravated assault, battery, aggravated battery, sexual assault, sexual battery, stalking, aggravated stalking, kidnapping, false imprisonment, or any criminal offense resulting in physical injury or death of one family or household member by another family or household member, okay? Family or household members, all right, spouses, former spouses, persons related by blood or marriage, persons who are presently residing together as if a family or who have resided together in the past as a family, and persons who are the parents of children in common. All right, family or household members must be currently residing or have in the past resided together in the same single family dwelling unit. So this one might not be the one we're looking at, okay? But let's keep this in mind. Let's couch this one, okay? Family, household members. Now we're gonna go to dating relationship, okay? Our next law. Well, we dealt with the battery here. I need to pull that one up. I'll make sure I pull it up and have it in the Dropbox for you too, okay? All right, battery, and what's a felony battery, okay? Remember, battery is just an unwanted touching, but when you start talking about aggravated battery, that means with a deadly weapon, okay? That's what that's going to mean usually. And in that instance, that means it's a weapon that's in the usual vein of a deadly weapon, a knife, brass knuckles, a gun, a shotgun, something like that, okay? Actually and intentionally touches or strikes another person against their will, intentionally causes bodily harm of another person, all right? A person who has one prior conviction for battery, aggravated battery, or felony battery, and commits a second or subsequent battery commits a felony battery of a third degree. All right, person who commits a battery in furtherance of a riot. Okay, that's also a third degree. All right, so usually these batteries are going to be a misdemeanor in the first degree, which carries up to 1 year in jail. All right, if you have a subsequent, it's going to go up one level and become a felony. Okay, now if it's going to be an aggravated battery, then that's already the one that's in the felony range. Okay. All right, but let's look at some of these. Battery, it says intentional striking with the vase. That's going to make some physical injury, guys, all the time. All right, relationship, 3 years on and off. All right, I would say that's a relationship, wouldn't you? All right, that's going to trigger these domestic violence designations, and also it's going to bring you into the statute. I'm going to put the other statute in there so you can see it also, that dating violence. All right, intimacy. She admitted to intimacy within the last week or so, or last 2 weeks, okay? All right, that's more than just a casual fraternization, going out and having a drink, okay? That's what that means when we say casual fraternization. All right, she says it's casual. The law says it's going to be a household relationship of some type, okay? All right, next. This is an important part, guys. I think this is really important. Talking about these evidentiary standards. We talk about them every day. We have so many videos since I started talking about these last year sometime, okay? But I do think if you understand these, you'll understand why the police are there, what they need to have in their bag before they begin arresting people. Also, what you might need to have in your bag if you're going to sue somebody, like if she's going to sue the boyfriend for damaging her car. Let's talk about these. We got 6 we're going to talk about. We'll work from the lowest to the highest. All right, first, it's going to be always what calls the police out, and that's going to be mere suspicion. Usually it's going to be when someone dials 911. That could be when someone sees the police in the street and they say, hey, look, officer, I need your help right now. Somebody's jumping on me back over here around the corner. Whatever somebody might say, okay? At this level of mere suspicion, the police don't have any evidence. They're only working on the assumption or the hearsay that someone's giving them, okay? They need to go and gather their own evidence before they can take any action. That's why at this level of mere suspicion, the police can't take any legal action yet. What they will do is they may come onto the scene and be on high alert, looking for every single violation they can find. Like here, the police didn't know whose side to be on. At first, it seemed like, okay, maybe it's going to be this guy. Then they started saying the guy has actually been injured. So now they have to change sides. Well, maybe it's not how we thought it is. So got to come in this thing, and you can't really trust anybody until you start gathering your own evidence, okay? So mere suspicion, police are not going to make any sort of arrest at this level, but they're going to be looking, listening, watching, and trying to find the crime, all right? Moving up to our next level, reasonable suspicion. Now, at this level, this is when the police are going to be beginning an investigation, okay? This is when they actually can point to some articulable facts that suggest that there's a crime that's either happening, just happened, or about to happen, okay? Here, the facts are, hey, look, there was a stolen vehicle, okay? At this level of reasonable suspicion, the police can briefly detain you while they do an investigation. These investigations can't last all day, guys. All right, think about this one, okay? This investigation was over in about an hour, in about 1 hour, okay? They actually had talked to both sides, and then they had to change how they were going to do things, okay? So it went a little bit longer. Remember, she had said before before they even got there that she had waited on them for a very long time or something like that. And they said they had been very, very busy that day, dealing with a bunch of different crimes all over the city. So something to keep in your mind if you ever move to Orange County, okay? All right, but anyways, let's move up to our next one, okay? So usually that brief detention, somewhere between maybe 30 to 45 minutes. I think this one lasted right at about maybe 45, 50 minutes before they made an arrest. But go back and look at the clock times. All right, our next one. All right, once the police have done their investigation, all right, they're going to be at this next level, which is probable cause. At this level, someone is going to be arrested. Here, it happened to be the female, okay? So when the police reach this level of probable cause, that means they've gathered enough evidence that any officer in their shoes would say, yeah, we have enough evidence now to go ahead and make an arrest. There's a connection between the crime and one of these suspects, all right? Here, they had probable cause based on the battery, okay? And remember, that developed fairly quickly once they met the boyfriend and he started explaining what happened. And then he showed he has medical paperwork that he showed the police. They took a picture of it, all right? And then also they showed him the ear. Okay, that's enough, all right? Usually when there's been signs of violence on one person from the other, then yes, there's going to be a mandatory arrest in these domestic violence situations, all right? So that's much different than when we're talking about situations that are just a regular barroom fight, okay? So if it's just a regular barroom fight, all right, they might take both people in, all right? Then both of y'all need to come in and cool off, all right? No need for us to try to find out who's the first aggressor here. Y'all both tore up the whole bar, so let's just take both of y'all down to jail, all right? But anyways, in these domestic violence situations, usually someone's going to be taken in and arrested because they have these cool-off periods, so you don't have these people who are living together going right back in as soon as the police leave and someone getting seriously injured, okay? All right, next, we got, so those first three, that's when you're dealing with the police out and about. You call them over because you're dealing with an issue. They stop you on a traffic stop, whatever. These next three are all in court, okay? So the lowest, number 4, which is the lowest of these three, is the civil level. This is the level where you're going to be in civil court. This is called preponderance of the evidence. Now, at this level, this means that any claim a person is bringing is more likely than not that that claim is true. To prove their point, they need to have at least 51% of the evidence in their favor. So in this situation, if she wanted to sue the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend for the dent on the car, and that would be the fixing of that dent and saying that he was the cause of the dent, she'll need to prove this more likely than not that this dent was caused by him and no one else. All right. Now, he would have the ability to come in and provide proof to show that this dent was already there. It didn't happen when she said it happened. And that may be all the proof that's needed in that situation. Because she's claiming it happened that day. If he has a picture from when it's been there, or she bought the car and it was there, or whatever, then that would beat the case. All right. But anyways, preponderance of evidence, you see that used anytime you have tort actions, contracts, probate cases. If you're dealing with certain real estate cases, all those sorts of cases are all dealt with at this level. All you need is 51% of the evidence in your favor to win those cases. Now, moving up, we have clear and convincing evidence, and this is actually in between the civil realm and the criminal realm. It falls and it's used in both, but you see it used mostly by these government agencies when they're calling people in and they're dealing with people along the lines of their regulations, okay, wherever the regulations are, All right, so usually that's where you see it used the most. You also see it in family law court when you have parents fighting over whose house the children are going to live in. Okay, you see it in that situation too a lot. All right, let's move up to our highest level, which is the criminal level, and it's going to be called beyond the reasonable doubt. All right, that's the standard that the government has to meet on these criminal cases. All right, let's let it get there. Too long videos there. All right, beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, this is the gold standard. All right, it's going to be used in every criminal case that's brought in America. All right, what that means is that in order for the government to prove their point, they need to have somewhere between 90 and 95% of all the evidence in the case in their favor. Okay, that's a lot of evidence, guys. That's not something that they can easily come by, and that's the very reason why a lot of times, and in many, I can't say in every situation, but in most situations, a person is offered a plea offer or a plea deal in order to plead guilty to a lower offense in order for the government to take a win there versus trying to bring a case to trial and potentially losing, even though they have strong evidence. Because remember, guys, when I give you these numbers of 90, 75, 51, that's to help you understand this, okay? It's really much more subjective, all right? We really still don't know what juries do when they go into the jury room and decide how they're going to decide it. But we usually, we set certain boundaries. All right, if it's felony, you're going to have at least 12 members on that jury. They're going to go in there, and you hope they don't go in there and just pick straws about whether your life is going to, be forfeit, and you'll be thrown in prison, okay? So that's why the government offers those pleas and things of that nature in order to get people to take a plea deal versus going to trial. Now, also, I've seen people get a maximum amount of time on a very small crime for no obvious reason, just because the jury was mad, okay? It can happen, all right? Key thing, beyond a reasonable doubt, that means that basically, not basically, it just means that there's no other logical conclusion that the fact finder can come to besides the defendant being guilty of the crimes that are being brought against them, okay? Now, here in this situation with the battery, she probably is going to be hit with that battery. I don't know these two people's names, okay? So if anybody knows who these people are, I know somebody's going to know somebody. Tell me who they are, and we'll look up what happened behind this and whether she pled guilty to any battery or if she was sentenced to some sort of probation or something. All right? But anyways, let's jump into our conclusion and get you out of here. Okay, if I had to sum it all up, it's this. If you call the police, it's not a shield to hide your own criminal conduct. Physical evidence and medical realities, sometimes they outpace a changing narrative any day of the week. What do you think about this one, guys? I think it does show how difficult some of these situations can be for officers that are called out, not knowing who's the person that they need to actually be dealing with. You tell me what you think in the comments below. Hit the like button, share the video with someone else. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone be safe. With that, have a great day.
I order you to come back tomorrow for another lecture from Advocacy Alchemy. Dismissed.
All right, once again, thanks for watching with me, guys. Everyone have a great Saturday. I haven't seen you in a couple days, but sometimes you finish these up, you're like, I don't feel like jumping on here, but hey, everyone be safe out there. Have a great weekend. If you're dealing with the police this weekend, hey, not be honest, but yeah, be honest first, because that didn't happen today. Be honest. Also, be respectful, guys, and potentially, hey, you may make it home and not have to deal with jail and tickets and all that foolishness. With that, I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a great day.